Hello! It's Raimi, and today I am going to be reading maybe one of the most iconic fantasy books ever written. I wanted to do a dedicated reading vlog for this book because it just felt so iconic, and the book is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I am surprised that I have not read it yet. I am a self-proclaimed fantasy lover, and I was talking to my dad, and he is a huge fantasy book lover as well. And I may have mentioned that I hadn't read this book yet, and he was like, Raimi, this is required reading. Yes, I am a fantasy lover and I've never read The Hobbit, and I'm really hoping that I like it because I would like to continue reading the Lord of the Rings series. We will see. Good morning. I have an oat milk latte, and it's delicious. Last night I was super tired, so I only made it to page 20, but it's already giving me really good feelings, I guess. Like, I'm already really liking it. Which makes sense as to why it's one of the most famous fantasy books of all time. I don't know, I just really didn't know what to expect, and the writing is so lighthearted, and I really like that. And it's kind of like almost funny and a little goofy, and I really like it so far. So I am going to do some reading this morning while I drink my coffee, and we're gonna keep working our way through The Hobbit. This line was saying that this person during a battle knocked the king's head clean off with a wooden club. It sailed 100 yards through the air and went down a rabbit hole. And in this way, the battle was won and the game of golf invented at the same moment. Oh my gosh. Hi guys. I'm making my way through The Hobbit, but I'm not gonna lie, the teeny text and like the weird like big margins and stuff is kind of bothering me. It just doesn't read the same as like a normal print book. And so the other day I picked up a second copy of The Hobbit, a paperback, at actually I think it was the same thrift store that I got the hardback in. And I think I'm going to try reading this copy. The layout is a little more normal and the text is like a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna curl up, find my place in this copy, and then see if that makes a difference. We are making our way through, okay? For some reason, I didn't think you met Gollum in The Hobbit because I don't really know the story. I know like little snippets and things, but I don't know how the actual story like lays out and pans out and everything. It was so interesting. I guess I just never realized that the ring was just something that Bilbo like happened upon. It was funny because the narrator was like, he didn't realize how important this thing was gonna be, and as the reader you're like kind of laughing, being like, oh my gosh, yeah, like that's, you know, it's just so weird like seeing it all come together of like this story that like you kind of know but like you don't really know. Now that I've kind of hit page 76, it's getting really good again. The beginning was great, then there was like a little bit of a lull, then it's like getting really good again. And I think it's just because the writing style is a little bit different to my personal preference. It's really good. It's actually quite comical. I'm really gonna shut up now and I'm gonna read The Hobbit. Anyway. Yep. Do you ever get like this? Or is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, talk to you later. I am going to eat my lunch and read for a bit. And today I'm actually trying the viral green goddess salad. I'm super curious. It smells really good and it looks really good. Let's taste test this. have our bite. I might do a little bit of tweaking, but overall, very good. Update time, okay? I just kind of passed the halfway threshold. I'm struggling. The thing is, and I don't like, please don't hate me for this, okay? The actual story is so good and the characters are hilarious and very interesting and I love all that. I'm just struggling with the amount of lyrical description. You'll have like something really crazy happen, which is super interesting, and I like fly through that section, and then there's like 10 pages of like decompressing after whatever event happened. The decompression periods I'm struggling through. Like I'm literally, like I'll read about 10 pages and I'm falling asleep. I know, okay, please don't hate me. I know it's blasphemous, okay? I don't want you to take that as I'm not enjoying the book. I am. It's just going way slower than I thought it would. I gotta keep going with this guy. I gotta, you know, wrap it up. We'll see. I have been dreading this chapter. The chapter is titled Flies and Spiders. I hate spiders. Ugh. This line literally says, "Then the great spider who had been busy tying him up while he dozed came from behind him and came at him. He could only see the thing's eyes, but he could feel its hairy legs as it struggled to wind its abominable threads around and round him." Ew, I hate that so much. I'm so glad that I stopped one page prior last night because I was reading before bed and I would have not been able to go to sleep if I would have read that. This description, ew, it's so gross. One of the dwarfs kicked a spider really hard, and it said the noise was like the kicking of a flabby football and enraged the spider. That is so, I can hear it in my, that's so gross, I can't. Okay, I need to like get through this disgustingness. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Thank goodness that is over. And I love that I read that part after I said that there are parts that I'm falling asleep through. That was definitely not one of those parts. That was so intense and so like, and the way he described the spiders like in their fat bodies, absolutely not. I'm glad to be out of that, and we're gonna see what happens next. Oh my gosh. We are on the home stretch. I am on page 221. We have like 50 pages left. So I have my book, I have my snack, and I have my phone so I can play chill reading music. And we're going to finish this book today. I'm determined that we are going to finish it. So Bomber, Balin, and Philly and Killian, all the rest of them had come to a bad end, and the Bard too, and the Lakemen, and the Merry Elves. bomber and Philly and Killy died? In the stupid... That can't be right. Is that right? Okay, the Eagles are coming, but everybody's dead. Okay, this is what I'm talking about though, where it's like 10 pages of strategy, back and forth, like not a lot's happening, and then it just like punches you with something like that. And you're like, okay. Of the 12 companions of Thorin, 10 remained. Philly and Killy had fallen, defending him with shield and body, for he was their mother's elder brother. Oh, so sad. And then, so I guess 3 of the group dies, so there's 11 left. And turning towards the mountain, he added, "Farewell, Thorin, Oakenshield, and Philly and Killy, may your memory never fade." So sad. Okay, 10 pages, we're almost there. It is a few days later and I officially finished The Hobbit. I would give The Hobbit a 4 out of 5 stars. It just feels like almost wrong to give this book a 4 out of 5, but that's how I feel. I loved the story, I loved the characters, I loved the narrator. I just think that the style of writing was a little bit different than my preferred style of writing, and I think that's totally okay. I am so glad that I read this book, and I'm so glad that now I have the whole story of what The Hobbit is. I did not expect to have that feeling, like, you know the feeling when you finish a really good book and you kind of get that sadness almost for a couple days after, because you're like, I miss this setting, this book, these characters, whatever. I did not expect to feel that way about this book, and I did. I did want to share one quote from the book. Literally, I have one tab in the entire book. It needed a tab. At the point where Bilbo has made it to the Lonely Mountain and he was sent by all the dwarves to go in and check out what was further down the tunnel. And it says, "It was at this point that Bilbo stopped. Going on from there was the bravest thing he ever did. The tremendous things that happened afterwards were as nothing compared to it. He fought the real battle in the tunnel alone before he ever saw the vast danger that lay in wait." I just think it's crazy the way that J.R.R. Tolkien verbalized that feeling, because I feel like anybody can relate to that feeling of being the only one knowing that you're battling something so intense inside your own head. And I had to mark it down, and I want to share it with you guys because just know, one of the most famous authors knows and could verbalize that feeling of how brave you are as a person to conquer those battles inside your own head. So anyway, I just had to share that because I was like blown away. And I can now officially call myself a fantasy lover. Let me know if you guys also haven't read The Hobbit or some other like iconic book. Please let me know because I would love to feel like I'm not the only one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Happy reading. Bye.